Oh, hey, 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 hey. All right. Welcome to Slap Son, everybody. Whew, I'm not tired at all. I'm good. I'm so good. You couldn't find me in the jungle and I didn't have camouflage on. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Banger of an episode. We've got Mikey-Michelle coming on board. She's fighting for the very first 25 belt against Paige Van Zandt. I can't even talk. I'm stuttering. It's a huge event. Hope you enjoy it. We cover all things from her boxing that she just did, the personal reasons behind that, why she felt the need to do it. We talk about the fight coming up. We talk about how she's progressed in the game, coming on quite quickly, actually. We have a few laughs in there as well, and I hope you guys enjoy it. 3, 2, 1. That's a knockout.
3, 2, 1, yeah, that's a knockout. They call me kamikaze, put you in heaven's lobby. All gas, no brakes, you can never stop me. Nah, no, you can never stop me. Yeah, cause I'm the power slap king.
Slap Son, baby! Okay, well, we'll get into it. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Slap Son. We got the queen in the building. She's coming for it all. Everybody, she's got hands. She's got plans. And who would have thought she just wanted to commentate on this thing, and now she's fighting for the belt, baby. 125, Power Slap 13 is going down. Everybody give it up for Mikey-Michelle.
Hi, everybody. Thank
Hey,
you for
man.
having me. Thank you for the introduction. That's my best one so far, I think. That's my favorite one.
That's what we try to do around here. You know what I mean? Got to make you feel welcome, you know?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I don't even know. How are you? What's your brain like? What's your heart like? What's going on?
I'm so good. I'm so excited. When I got the news, because I knew that I was going to be on this card for a minute now. I was pretty sure, they told me, all right, International Fight Week, but I had no idea who my opponent was going to be, and I had no idea it was going to be for a title. So the fact that not only do I get the rematch to redeem myself, but the title as well, and the first female title, I'm so excited. I could not be more excited, to be honest.
Dude, that's amazing. I love the power. I mean, it was definitely coming down the pipeline eventually to have a women's belt.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the power of social media because it started with a question from Petty. It goes into the news, the press conference, right? And then it's put out there from Paige. It gets put out there by you. It gets put out there by all of us little mini podcasters. And here we are. There's an actual belt happening, man. It's so sweet.
So exciting.
Do you feel? Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, and I feel like everybody's been waiting for it, and then to do it on International Fight Week too, with the stacked card that we have, is crazy.
No, it's so crazy, and it is going to be such a big stage. I'm so pumped. I was thinking about it. Well, I think about it a lot because it's International Fight Week, but just that week, Mikey, just the press you're going to do and the coverage you're going to get. Is that something you think about, or it's obviously such a big moment for our sport, but it's also like a big personal moment as well. Like the world's going to see you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I'm a lot more ready for it this time because last time, I kind of knew with the big name I was going against that. And it was my first time, in front of that live audience, that it was going to be big, but I had no idea how big it was going to be. I had no idea how much everything was going to blow up. So now I think I'm going into it ready for it. So I want to capitalize on all those opportunities even more than I did last time. And I'm just so excited for it. I'm looking forward to it.
No, that's so cool. I remember when we first sat down in person, it still cracks me up a little bit because you were like, no, because I was like, yeah, your following jumped from a couple hundred people to 4,000. And you look at me, no, I'm at 20 right now.
It's so crazy.
It just goes so fast. And so let's just real quick, we'll put Power Slap on the back burner real quick because I want to hear about your training, your regimen, and then the boxing that you got into, man. Because you were like, this girl's got hands, you're going to see it. And I just want to know, was the experience getting into the boxing ring a little bit different? And what was the same about it as far as getting up there with Slap?
Yeah, so I took the boxing real short notice. I took that fight on a 2-week notice, and I had to cut
Oh,
down to 120, and it was out of town. I didn't have a team with me or a corner with me. I went by myself, but and all that sounds insane and crazy, but I really needed to do that for me because I've been out of the fight game for so long. And even though, like, I definitely am pursuing slap 100%, I always in the back of my mind, it's kind of like, wow, I wish I could, fight again, or do I have the ability? Because, I've always wanted, the last 5 years that I haven't fought, or I had my one fight and then that was it. It was kind of like, I felt like I was taking myself out of it because of personal issues. Between personal issues and injuries, I wasn't able to fight again. So I think I just felt so good coming off of this. It was kind of the final thing to show myself, like, all right, you've really turned your life around. Like, let's get in the ring now and fight. Like, let's do the one hardest thing. And then once I get past that, I can just really like open up and see my future without anything in the back of my mind. And it really did that for me. And, I went out there and I didn't get the win like I wanted to, but I didn't get the win in the boxing ring, but I got the win in every other aspect. I did the weight cut. That was the hardest weight cut I've ever done in my life, especially on a 2-week notice. Going in there against a girl who in our press conference, she said that she's been back-to-back fight camps and been in this fight camp to be against me for like months and months, and then still have the confidence to go against her and, go out to Nashville by myself and, I'm going to go get hit in the face and try and get her in the face. So, it was a great experience. I learned a lot. Now I can be more patient, like whatever decision I make, I already know I can count on myself and I know that I can go get in there. So anything else, I will be, taking my time and making sure everything is right, but I definitely don't regret it.
no, not at all. And I love that. It sounds like it was more of this thing of like, I'm going to do this for me. I don't care what happens. I'm going to prove myself, get this out the way, and then kind of come full circle with your fight experiences.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I don't take losing lightly. Like I don't, I can move on from a loss, but I was sick to my stomach losing. Trust me. Like I went out there to prove to myself a lot of things, but I went out there to win. I went out there to knock that girl out, and it didn't happen, but that's okay. And like you said, now I can come full circle and really kind of not have any question or doubt in my mind of my capabilities. And I know like whatever I say I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go out there and do it. So now I can like do those things a little more thoughtful and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And they always say once you're under the bright lights, a lot of people it's a little bit different and you got to get that experience. And so even from that aspect, now you've been under the bright lights a couple of times. Do you know what I mean? And
Yep.
so it's interesting because you're probably just feeling just as excited, but a little bit more calm, which is good in the fight game.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think too, like you said, there's experience in terms of training or sparring or getting ready, but the only time you get real life experience is when you do it. So now it's like, okay, I had that match, the huge match at Fontainebleau, the last one, my first time in front of a huge crowd. The boxing wasn't necessarily a large crowd, but it was still live. I was still like, talking my shit and knowing everybody's watching me live, whatever happens. And so now going into this, it's like those things that were on my mind before really, it's still on my mind, the big crowd, but I know I can handle it. I know what to expect. I know the way that I'm going to react to it because going into it, I wasn't sure how I was going to react. And was surprised with how, nervous the crowd actually made me and how I felt a little bit frozen. But, I made it through. So,
No, I appreciate the honesty. People say they can, everybody thinks they can talk a big game or get up there and do it, but you just don't know until you get up there and do it. Like there's no way to prepare for that actual moment. So that's very huge. That's huge.
and especially being in Vegas because everybody I know, all my friends and family are here live, So it's like not only is there the huge crowd, but everybody I know is in the crowd. So.
Yeah. No added pressure at all to to perform in front of your family. No, that's so cool. I just love that the sport is still growing. It's still pretty new. You know what I mean? To be able to watch people in real time grow within it and get these opportunities especially huge ones like this. It's even as fans, that's exciting stuff. Like it's a big deal.
Yeah, yeah, it is exciting. Even when I'm not, when, the news has nothing to do with me, it's just something big for the organization. I get so excited. And it's so cool because, it hasn't even been a year since I've been a part of it. And just from my first one, it has grown so much. There's so many new things happening. Everybody I know knows about it. So. And I
Yeah.
love when I meet people and they like totally know what it is and they're like, "Oh my gosh, that's you!" And then they'll like put it together and they're like, "No way!"
That's so awesome. I was DMing with Isaiah's mom of all people, and because my son, my youngest son just got into disc golf, which I've never. I mean, I don't know, but now we're in that world, and we were DMing back and forth, going, "Oh yeah, it's a little bit like slap disc golf. You don't know till you know, but now that we know, it's just so much fun. It's everything,
Yeah.
and the good news is it's not going to be so niche, for so long. It's about to explode, man. And I just love that we're all a part of it. So I think that's
Oh, for
great.
sure.
Do you approach the training differently? We've talked a little bit about the emotions of it, right? Like you've been under the bright lights a couple of times. All these distractions aren't going to be distractions this time. So is it changed up your training at all, or is it more, okay, I have been training correctly, but now I can execute better because I'm a bit more even keeled?
Yeah, kind of both. And
Okay.
going into this, like my life is so different going into this one than it was going into the first one. When I got the call for the first one, I think it was about 6 weeks out when they offered it to me at 125, but I was sitting at 145 because I figured I was going to compete again at 135. So then to make the cut from 145 to 125, I've never really been healthily at 125. So I was, nervous if I could get there, and then getting there, I lost a lot of muscle and it wasn't comfortable for me. Whereas now I'm not dealing with that because when they called me last week, I'm pretty sure I was like 127. So really a couple pounds off. And sometimes I'm 125 sitting at it. So now I can really just focus on my strength, putting on muscle. Yeah, I'm probably still going to cut some fat, but I'm not going to be losing, my muscle, my fat, and also have the weight on my mind. And then I'm also lucky too because, I was working a 40-hour week, a full-time job going into the last one. So it's like, all right, I'm dealing with work, stress from work, the hours of work, tired from it, trying to train, trying to weight cut, a lot of mental stuff going on. Leading into it now, I'm blessed. I don't have that job anymore. This is my job. So I get to put all my time, effort, and energy into this. I don't really have anything personal going on right now. So mentally, I'm super clear. And, I know what her face feels like. So, and I know what her hip feels like. And I know I can take it. So the confidence I have going into this is just supersedes far beyond how I felt last time. And I was very confident last time. But, this I can just focus on the little things and really go into it, I think, as my best self.
Yeah, no, I think that's very real. I mean, I think it was a story you posted, or maybe it was an actual post, but you talked about that. How, hey, your girl's a full-time slapper now. I can focus. And man, what a huge different way of life going into this fight. Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
different.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that do you think when you get there, it'll be kind of the same experience? It'll be overwhelming because of what's going on, or do you think it's just going to be business as usual? And then if they happen to strap that thing around you, then it'll kind of pop up, and you're like, oh my god, I'm here.
Yeah, I don't me. I feel even when I'm nervous or stressed or the crowd makes me nervous, I've figured out like really how to like be in my body, like when I'm feeling that way, like to get into my body and kind of feel the emotions so that I'm present. So maybe like walking up onto the stage, I'll still be a little out of body, but once it's time to get that belt wrapped around me, I'm going to be fully there, present, excited, especially because I know exactly what that stage looks like, what the crowd looks like, how it feels having the lights on me. So.
No, I think that's great. Do you what is the I don't mean this to be a vague question. I really am interested. What really inside of you does drive you to just keep going and to be the best at this? Is it is it really just something you got to prove to yourself, or is there something? Yeah, what drives you, man, every day to go? I'm going to be the champ in this thing.
I think it's just something that's been in me since I was a little girl. Growing up, I played all boys sports. I was the only girl on my baseball team, but like made all stars, first girl in Las Vegas to like, hit a home run on the
Hell
boys
yeah!
team. Um, just everything in me just loved toughness. I played football. If there was something where I can prove physical toughness, it is something that I just loved. And, you can do that in fighting, but for me, this is an ultimate because it's not only do you have to be physically tough, the mental toughness it takes to get on that stage and know you're gonna stand there and get hit as hard as possible, and like there's nothing you can do about it is crazy. And I'm very confident in it, but even in the confidence, like it's scary. I'm not gonna lie,
For sure.
it's scary as hell. But then to get on the stage after I proved to myself, like even though I'm scared as hell, scariest thing I've ever done, I pushed through it, and that feeling is the most satisfying for me. Just like, yeah, basically prove to myself that I can do scary things and I'm tough as hell.
That's a great answer. When you were talking about that, first of all, you're a savage playing football and baseball. What the hell? What age were you playing football?
Like elementary and middle school, and then in high school I
So,
played
like
girls
in junior
football.
high, you were playing football in high school.
Yeah, it was girls football in high school, but still football. Like it just, if it was, down and dirty, I was doing it. So
That's amazing. And were you actually the first girl to ever hit a home run in?
on the 90-foot bases
Oh
in
my God.
Nevada. Mm-hmm.
Look at you, man. You're just breaking everyone's expectations left and right. This is great. When you were talking about, what drives you, I really did think about, I love the clip of Mike Tyson in his documentary Tyson. It's a little older now, but there was a minute where he checked himself in to this rehab place. He gained a lot of weight, and they made this documentary about him. I don't know if you've seen it. And he just goes through his life. It's so emotional. It's so intriguing. But Mikey, he talks about when he's about to walk to the ring, and he's just like, I'm scared, I'm freaking out, I'm doing all these things. But then he's like, as I get a little bit closer, I get a little bit closer, I get a little bit closer. And then when he gets into the ring, I still get chills when I talk about it. He says, I get in the ring and he goes, I am a god. And he just, all that goes out the window, and you're just there in the moment. And I thought about that while you were talking, like, yeah, I might have a little nerves going here, but once I'm up there, I'm going to take care of business. So I felt that. That was cool. That was cool.
Yeah, and I love Mike Tyson. He's my favorite athlete, favorite person ever. So I know what you're talking about, and I think about that all the time.
Dude, I love it so much. Here, let me shut the door real quick. Wifey's home, so the dog's going crazy. One sec. All right, sorry about that.
No, you're all good.
We do grocery shopping on Sundays, so.
Yeah, same.
No, that's cool. I'm glad that you know exactly what I'm talking about, because it really is. Dana White says it a lot over the years, and he still does, but fighting really is in our DNA. And anybody who gets up there and does it, everybody that's around them, whether they're watching in the stadium or on TV or family and friends, deep down they wish they had those guts. Like, I'm just this jerk off podcaster. If I had bigger balls, I'd so get in a fight tomorrow, because I think it's so badass. Like, you just prove so much of yourself.
Yeah, that's so funny. It's funny because like that part is like the least scary part. Like the walking, the stage, the crowd, that's so scary to me. But an actual fight or getting hit really doesn't scare me. Even getting knocked out, obviously I don't want to get knocked out, but like the thought of it doesn't scare me, because in my mind it's like, if she knocks me out, I'm going to take a little nap. It's going to be embarrassing, and then I'm going to move on with my life. Like, it's not
Yeah.
that serious. But then when, like, I'm doing the press or, all the meetings or the media, that's when I'm, like, scared.
That's so interesting, isn't it? What makes everyone tick, or a little nervous. You know what I mean? Speaking of Sunday, you hit up the farmers market today. Is it open these days?
No farmers market today.
No farmers market today.
I think next week is the farmers market.
That's good. That's great. Do you have any other aspirations outside of slap? Now that you're getting all this attention, you know what I mean? Is it harder to know who you can trust and what might be good for you before all this happened? Or do you feel like all that was still, you had a good head on your shoulders before, so it's not that big of a deal?
I feel like I have a good head on my shoulders, and I am, I think I'm a quick equipped with some discernment, but I have like had some odd encounters, and I think, I blew up kind of overnight and wasn't expecting it. And I think people that are around it a lot can kind of see it. So I have had people try and take advantage of me and like money or business, or like want to work with me, and then it's not that. And so I've been working on just trying to confide in people I do trust and ask them their advice, especially when it's coming to like money or sponsors, because I really have never had someone approach me to sponsor me, and now all of a sudden it's like people are talking to me like as if I know what I'm doing, So,
as if you've known them for 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like writing emails and invoices. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? So, like, I was just a waitress last week, and now I'm doing all this. But
well,
I am getting more used to it, and I also like again know what to expect this time. And I'm blessed to have like good people around me that help me, discern who's trying to take advantage and who's not, and then just really to like know my worth, that even though money they're offering me right now is more than what I'm making currently, like I know very close future I'm going to be worth more, so not taking those deals, because I also don't want to like be selling out for everything. So it's really it's a lot, and I'm like learning as I go, and I'm pretty sure I'll probably be signed somewhere in the next few days with a manager. I've been in talks, so I'm happy about that too, like to have somebody really help me. So
no, that's good. We I've talked to a ton of fighters about that, and it's hard. It really is, because when people first approach you, you kind of, maybe the knee-jerk reaction is, oh, they want to work with me. And so a lot of people take on what may not be the best for them, but it's exciting. And they get into things that maybe they don't want to be in anymore after a couple months. And,
yeah.
So I applaud you taking your time, because you know what? Your star is rising, and as long as it's rising, they're not going to go away. So I applaud you for taking your time. I think that's cool.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And hey, you know what? Not to, just use her out there, but if you have any questions business wise, Allie's got you. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
You have no idea. The woman I married is a fucking entrepreneur with the best of them, and she doesn't put up with any bullshit. So
yeah, she looks like she looks like she runs that whole hair scene. No one's touching her in Utah.
No, not at all. I've been trying to get more people to fly in. She's got like 20 or 21 fly-ins that come in. They fly into Utah and see her.
Yeah.
And I'm on a selfish level, I'm trying to get all those tappers, coming over to Utah and say what's up.
That's so cool. I love that.
It can, but I just say that to say, because it can't be overwhelming. Like, making invoices and business checking accounts and making the LLC, all that stuff. We're pros at that shit. So,
thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, just for selfish purposes, because I always think you look so much like Ariana Grande. Hey, have you thought about tagging her or doing like a lookalike post or something like that to get some more eyeballs on everything?
It's so funny because there's two comparisons I get: Ariana Grande and then Bad Baby. Do you know?
Oh, you're way hotter than Bad Baby.
No, that's who I've been getting so much lately. Even just now, someone commented, I was wondering what the Catch Me Outside girls doing these days.
Oh my God!
I think just the hair, but I have been getting the Ariana Grande. They were calling me Slappy-Ana Grande, or someone said Ariana Venti. So
Ariana Venti.
Ariana Venti's kind of crazy.
Pretty good. I like the Venti one. I wish I could sing,
but no. Yeah.
No, that's funny. And then I got one more celeb question for you. We put out a clip. It's been some time. The Theo Von thing. I'm just curious if he's liked any of your posts or if that went anywhere. That was so much fun to make.
That was so fun. I think Theo Von thinks I'm crazy because now, since then, because he posted me. You saw that he posted me that night, and tagged me. So that was cool. That blew me up a little bit for sure. But since then, now everyone's always asking me about him, and I'm like, if he does end up hearing anything, he's like, does this girl just talk about me in every interview?
I get that.
But I think he's a fan of it. He's, cool. I got, he's like my fave celeb. So the fact that he posted me was so exciting. I'm excited. I hope he's at the next one.
Yeah, you know what?
Probably a little bit in love with him. I don't know.
But I'm so happy I didn't talk over that part. That was awesome. You know what? He'll probably be there. He seems to come to everyone. He's at the after parties and stuff. So Maybe we can get a high five arranged. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Well, hey, I don't want to keep you too much longer. Just want to say, you know, obviously, super congratulations. You're
Thank
fighting
you so
for the,
much.
something that literally hasn't happened before. So it's a big deal. And no matter what happens, we'll be following your journey. You know what I mean? Your whole career, and we're here for it, baby. We're here for it.
Thank you. Thank you. It's so nice too, like that we've been like, friends since the beginning. So
Yeah, absolutely.
that's what's exciting too about this.
No, it really is, and slap is different. I mean, I don't know if it'll be this way forever, but slap is different. Where you guys go up there, try and murk each other, and then afterwards we're all having cocktails and laughing. Like the
Yeah.
camaraderie is great,
Oh yeah, it is. Even like people trying to get me to, talk shit, and I'm like, dude, how do I talk shit about this girl? Like, I respect her. Like, yeah, I'm trying to knock her out, but like, I literally, that's probably so bad for selling a fight, but I just, yeah,
no,
there's
it's better. Honestly, it's better to be honest, because if you get up there and and it's not working, like if the smack talk isn't working, you feel like you gotta go harder and cross another line, and that's not. I mean, obviously that's not your personality, So
even like my boxing that I did last month, in the press conference thing, I said, there's kind of like boxing, they really try to get you to say stuff. And I said something so like mean about my opponent, which like, probably nobody cares about because that's like what you're supposed to do. But I think about it all the time. And I'm like, and even after I said it, I was like, that was mean. Like, I really wish I didn't say it. And I thought about it for like 2 weeks. And so now I'm like, you know what? I don't need to act out a character. It's going to bother me more than it's going to bother the other girls. So unless I genuinely don't like somebody, which is, hard for me to do, then I'm probably not going to be the best at the shit talking. I wish I was better, but it bothers me so much. I can't.
That's so funny. You know what though? Low key, it's probably better for you to be super nice. The angrier an opponent might get, because then if you win, it's just like, oh, this nice little girl just beat the shit out of you. So, well, that's great, man. Well, hey, we're gonna be doing sweet talks again at the Circa, so we'll have you come up during fight week. But other than that, thanks for coming on, and
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Let's let this bitch upload. 1 sec.
Okay.
Thank you for watching. Also, thank you for being you and nobody else. Goodbye.